Hey guys, what's up? Nightchin123 here, coming to you today on this fun-filled and sun-filled Wednesday. That was really corny. To bring you another deck profile. With this crazy meta that we've had here lately, with the windups and the rabbits and the insectors and Maxies and Baylors and everything, I felt that I've been seeing it a little bit, but a lot of people and on a lot of forums and stuff are really talking about some of those little cheap $20 decks that are beating some of these high class $1,000 decks that we have. So expensive. Or probably not 1,000. You may have a $1,000 deck, I'm not sure. But I'm just talking about some of those really cheap decks that are really good because like they're cheap and they're in my opinion they're troll decks. They're decks that troll in the format because they don't even have to try. Well, I'm coming to you here today to do a deck profile on one. If you want to be a troll like the rest, if you want to troll on the format, kind of how I want to do, but I'm playing wind up, so I don't care. It's Chainburn is my first deck like this. I'm gonna get right down into this deck. First off, you play 3 Battle Faders. 3 Battle Faders to protect your life points is really the only reason it's in there. Other life point protecting monsters that you run are 3 Swift Scarecrows, and I really am sorry about my the pixel quality that you can see the pixels on my camera. I'm really sorry about that. Let's see, we have the 3. Let's see if I can move it up. Oh, I can. Let's see. These 6 cards are the battle-ish cards. They protect your life points. In my opinion, Swift Scarecrow is better than Battle Fader because Battle Fader, with Battle Fader, you have to special summon it, and if they warning it, you kind of are screwed because I believe its effect is negated with Solemn Warning. I'm not sure. I'd have to go read the text, but don't quote me on that. But anyways, yeah, but I think Swift Scarecrow is better because they do the same thing, only Battle Fader can be warninged, which can be a problem. But yeah, that's those 6 cards. 2 Lava Golems, Windups, and Insectors, and Dino Rabbit. They all leave decks. They all leave cards on the field a lot in this current format. Like they'll leave Logias, Dolkas. I don't think they can negate Logia. I don't think Logia and Dolka can negate the Lava Golem when it comes out. But I'm just gonna say like Volzar, Logia, Dolka, Windups leave really big cards out on the field sometimes. When they push for game and you stop them, like they'll leave cards on the field. And then there's also Insectors. They occasionally XC afterwards, but that really shouldn't matter to them. But still, that's a and it does 1,000 damage to the controller of the card during each of that person's standby phase, I believe. But yeah, that's good because it does so much damage. 1 Marshmallow. This card is so broke. First turn set. They attack. You take 1,000. That's already 1,000 out of the 8 that you had to get rid of with this deck, which is it's just so good. And then it can sit there and not be destroyed. That's super cool. Next one, Morphing Jar. Morphing Jar is just like if you draw a bad hand with this deck, which you can do quite often. You're going to have to try and get rid of that hand, and you need a better one so you can set the Morphing Jar, and it kind of resets you and your opponent's hand depending on who has the advantage. Really broken card. Let's see. 1 Spirit Reaper, just for sitting there and stalling while you can draw all the cards you need for it. That's all the monsters. Now onto the spells. 3 Poison of the Old Man. This card does 800 damage to the opponent, and or you can gain 1,200 life points. It's your choice, but most of the time you really do just kind of use it in the like the Chainburn chains to do more damage, and that's really cool, and that's really important. And I'll try and get a duel video with this deck up, but I'm not sure. Next we have 2 Tremendous Fires. This is really good to start the Chainburn chains because you can just like activate this and then start chaining all your cards, and then they'll take a little bit more damage, which is I've always liked that card. Next is like one of the main cards in the deck, 2 Chain Strikes. Let's see. You can only activate it when it's a chain link 2 or higher, and you inflict 400 damage to your opponent. Times the number of chain link, times the chain link number of this card. Like, if this was like chain link 5, it would do 2,000 damage, which is normally what you do. This card normally is chain link 5, so it does do 2 grand. If you play it if you play it at the right time, it does that. One Dark Hole. You gotta clear the field during this format, and Dark Hole helps you with that. That was the spells. Now, one of the traps. The traps is like one of the most important amounts in the deck. These are the draw cards. 3 Legacy of Yatagarasu. This card lets you draw a card when it's activated, or if your opponent controls a spirit monster, which he shouldn't, you can draw 2 cards instead. But it's just good for those chain strike chains where you just kind of need to draw extra cards after setting your whole hand. It's really good for that. Next we have the other draw card. It's Reckless Greed. You do this when you have bad hands and you really do need to, and you really need the cards in hand that you're looking for. Reckless Greed really helps with that, and it's chainable to the chain strike thing. Next, the damage cards. 3 Just Desserts. This card inflicts 500 damage to your opponent for each for each monster they control. So that's really cool because during the chain strike chains, if you're gonna be like started off with Just Desserts and you can chain Ojama Trio, and Ojama Trio will resolve, so that it's gonna do automatically 1500. That's like one of the best things I've ever done. That's like one of my favorite plays in this deck, and I'll explain that Ojama Trio thing in a little bit. Next is probably one of my favorite cards in the deck is Secret Barrel. This card, let me refresh myself real quick. Like this card, it does 200 damage to your opponent for each card on their field and each card in their hand. So that can do a lot of damage. Actually, my friend one time, he was playing this deck, my build, and he like had 3 Secret Barrels set with Chain Strike, and it was over from there. You can't recover. Next, the battle cards, like the cards that cause damage due to battle. 3 Dimension Walls. This card is like the super proest card I've ever freaking seen. Like it's like Magic Cylinder, but they have to be attacking instead your opponent takes battle. Like, it's pretty much, if you were to take battle damage, then you can activate the Dimension Wall due to an attack, because I don't know why. I have always had controversy with Dimension Wall for some reason, and I can't remember why. Next, 2 Magic Cylinders. It negates the attack, and the opponent takes damage equal to the attacking monster's attack. Next, 2 Threatening Roars. Helps you survive several turns very, very well. And you can use it in chain strike chains. And lastly, 2 Ojama Trios. Don't say that I should play 3, because that's like the worst thing I've ever heard, is to play 3. But in Yu-Gi-Oh! The chains happen backwards. We all know that is a game mechanic. The chains happen backwards. So what I was talking about with the Ojama Trio thing is when you're doing the chain strike chain, have Ojama Trio set and Just Desserts. Flip Just Desserts first, so that way they'll take damage, and then flip Ojama Trio second, and Ojama Trio will resolve first at the end of the chain, and then they'll take the 15 from the Just Desserts. That's what I meant by that. Well, this video has gone on really long enough for a deck like this. It's gone on really too long. Well, guys, this is my Chain Burn deck. Comment, tell me if you like it. Tell me what you think about troll decks in the format, like the Chain Burn and stuff like that. This is Nitro123. Remember to comment, rate, subscribe, and thanks for watching, guys. I will see you Monday.